Blessings to you all out there. Parachappy here. I'm out here at a new location flying with about 8 paramotor friends, and it is just a gorgeous day to go flying. As I was out here today, something interesting and unexpected happened. One of my fellow paramotor friends came up to me and asked me a question out of the blue, and he says very poignantly, "Aren't you angry?" Well, the question came about because I had developed a relationship with owners of a particular LZ. This was a new LZ that I sought out to fly from. Not just for myself, but for all the paramotor community in the area. Unfortunately, someone had placed that LZ in danger of being taken away from us, and my paramotor friend heard about that, and so he asked me this question. And losing an LZ, that's a big deal for our community because, well, we don't necessarily have a lot of places to fly out of safely. So it's a true blessing when we have a good LZ with great hosts that allow us to fly out of their property. And so we protect these LCs as best we can. But back to the question at hand. He comes up to me and says, "Aren't you angry?" Well, that is sort of a leading question, isn't it? I have a question for you today. How do you feel when someone does something that messes things up in your life? Or better yet, how do you deal with anger in your life? The truth is that we all get angry sometimes at someone or even at something. Funny thing is, if you fly paramotors long enough, you will get angry at your engine when it's not performing the way it's supposed to, especially when the winds are smooth and all you want to do is get in the air and fly. Well, as I talk about anger, it reminds me of a funny story that I once read. Let me tell it to you now. There was once a couple who were married for more than 50 years. They lived happily together and they shared everything. No secrets were kept from each other. There was, however, one secret that the woman kept from the man. The wife, she had a small chest hidden in her closet, and she asked her husband to never open it and to never ask about it. And well, after 50 years of marriage, one day the man told his wife, "I think it's time I find out what's in this box." She agreed that after so many years, the secret should be finally shared, and so she opened the box and showed him what was inside. Inside, the man saw 3 crochet doilies and a stack of money amounting to $15,000. So the wife explained, "When we were to be married, my mother advised me never to avoid fights if I wanted our marriage to be a happy one. She also advised me that if you ever made me angry about something, I should take a time out so as not to react in anger, and that during that time out, I should crochet a doily." Her husband was moved, for there were only 3 small doilies in the chest. "This is wonderful, my love," he says. "So all of these years you have only been angry with me 3 times? That means I've been a perfect husband all of these 50 years. But then he looks at the money and he says, "But tell me, my love, where did all this money come from?" "Oh," she said, "that is the money that I made from selling doilies over 50 years." Let me ask you another question. When you are angry, what is your first reaction? Is it to tear into that person who has angered you? What do you do with the anger when it surges inside of you? Do you let it fester? Do you let it control you? Sometimes it can be hard to stay calm, cool, and collected when things are not going your way or when people get on your nerves. You see, my Bible teaches me that it is okay to be angry. However, it is not okay to sin as a result of that anger. The story of the old couple teaches us an important principle when dealing with anger. The truth is that anger is a normal part of life, but it is how we deal with it that either makes us successful in life or takes us down roads that we will later regret. So I ask you this today. What do you crochet when you get angry? In other words, what do you do in order for you to stay in control of anger? And just like the wife did, what do you do to channel that anger so that something productive can come from those experiences? Proverbs 16:32 teaches us, "He who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit is better than he who captures a city." To answer the question of my friend, am I angry? Sure. I work to develop a relationship with two of the most awesomest, kindest, most understanding landowners I have met to date. I can't say enough about how unbelievably amazing they are. And well, for someone to come along and ruin it, sure, that makes me angry. However, I'm not going to let that anger take a hold of me. Instead, I'm going to take a hold of it, and it will be the fuel that will help me to continue to build relationships and hopefully restore what has been lost. What do you do with your anger? Something to think about. Have a blessed day. Until next time, Parachappy out.